Hello wonderful people, Hannah here, and today I'm going to be doing some myth busting and saving you a whole lot of time. When it comes to buying a camera, you want to make sure that you've covered absolutely everything to know that you've made the right choice for you. That's where comparison videos come in, but these can be time consuming and you want to make sure that you've covered absolutely everything. So you know what? I'm going to do it for you. So welcome to our day to night Insta360 ONE R GoPro comparison video. No post-production, no manipulation, just the sheer, honest truth. But we're going to cover a lot in this video, so I'm going to put the timestamps here so you can see what is relevant to you, and let's get started. For slow-pace stabilization, we're going to go for a nice splendid ride around the park on this electric scooter, so let's see what comes out on top. Before we begin, please ensure you are watching this video in the highest resolution possible and on a desktop to really get the full effect of these tests. On the bike, I was dramatically moving the rig from side to side, and here you can see that both 360 cameras demonstrate outstanding stabilization. No gimbal, no accessories, showing the incredible innovation of action cameras in 2020. For the wide-angle cameras, again we see that Hypersmooth and Flow State have almost identical performance in this test. However, if you want to see a much more crazy stabilization experiment, you're going to need to stay tuned for the next one. All good things start and end with a cold glass of beer, so this was the inspiration for our hardcore stabilization test. The conditions were as follows. 2 chest straps per person, Team 4K on the left and Team 360 on the right. We chose chest POV to exemplify how fast we were running, demonstrated by the beer spilling out of the glass. Both 4K cams hold up well, but the 360 cams definitely come out on top. If you're wondering why this is, it's because 360 cams have a more stabilized field of view. The spherical shape of the lenses means each movement is compensated almost like a rolling sphere. The 4K cameras are flat angle, so don't have the ability to compensate such erratic movements. Next up is colour reproduction. ONE R produces a more natural colour, which means more room for manipulation in post. And I don't mean anything fancy, even just a simple Instagram filter. With a flatter colour after post-production, it will always produce a more satisfying result. So for this test, it really depends on your personal and workflow preferences. You can see on the left, GoPro has more contrast, which means there's less information in the shadows, but again, it all lies down to what you like. The best part of 360 cameras, reframing. For this scene, I walked an identical path, firstly with the selfie stick vertical to my head, but played around with low angles and reverse grip. Using the AI auto tracking function, it means that no matter the direction of the camera, I am always in the shot. For GoPro, it's a fully manual approach, as you have to choose the keyframes with tracking points. However, with the ONE R, you've got the freedom of both AI tracking to let the software do the work for you, or plot the pivot points to have a manual, customized reframing. Throughout this comparison, you'll see GoPro has a more saturated image, as well as shadows being much more evident when compared to ONE R footage. The sky may not be the best for GoPro, but in this example, the grass looks great. Again, we see the sky is much more exposed in the GoPro footage. Some people are accustomed to this style, so even something as technical as dynamic range can fall down to your personal preference. I did say this was a day to night comparison, so let's wait for the sun to go down and get those nighttime shots. Don't mind me, just on my low light stabilization quest. For all low light shots, we activated low light stabilization in the ONE R, which is a function currently not supported by GoPro, with a faster shutter, higher ISO, and keeps the light more steady with minimal motion blur, which produces a rather reasonable footage here, as we can see. Both sides have similar noise, but the main difference is that ONE R produces less flicker. GoPro has that grey, warm kind of colour you can see throughout this video. However, in this circumstance, it makes the light slightly more fuzzy and creates more noise for this kind of shooting environment. So my friends, that is the end of our Insta360 ONE R Twin Edition versus GoPro comparison video. I hope you guys found this useful, and please, if I missed anything out, please let me know down in the comments and we can touch on that in a later episode. And before I end this video, I want to say a special gracias to our Spanish partner Willie Fox, who very kindly helped us to 3D design the rig to put all these cameras together. So thank you for that. But until the next episode, I shall be chasing adventure. I will see you guys down in the comments section. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.